Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and ruling well. And I also want to give double honors to the man who taught them. Peace and blessings to the Akinyon, putting on as the elect, striving for perfection and a crown of righteousness by being obedient to what is written inside these scriptures. Shalom. This is your brother Kasada out of GMS Austin. Wanted to go into this Revelations 3 and 10. All right, going into how that hour of temptation, how everyone is going to be tempted, and whatever's inside of you is what's going to be revealed. So what you've been giving your mind to, your heart to, is what's going to show in that day. So you've been operating and being obedient and trusting in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man, he's going to keep you, from that temptation. He's going to keep you safe. He's going to have provisions made for you, protect you, and everything. But needless to say, I'm going to go ahead and jump into it, and preferably this would be edifying to the body. This is Revelations 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, man. So it's something you're going to have to on go. All right, there's no getting out of it. All right, so you should be preparing yourself right now for that day and praying that the Lord keeps a spirit on you that's mighty, so that you can endure the things that we have to endure, man. Going into Jacob's trouble. All right, a time of none other, newly created creatures, apparitions, death, bloodshed, everywhere, sedition of men. All right, we're entering into that most horrific time that the scriptures talks about, man. A time of none other. All right, but those who've been keeping the faith and doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're gonna be all right. This is Luke 21 and 19. It says, "In your patience possess ye your souls." In the time frame in which things get hard, and how you possess your soul with this word. All right, because his word brings calm. All right, brings tranquility. All right, during these hard times. Everything that the scripture says that we're gonna be doing. Saying that we're gonna saying that it's gonna be there for us in that time, in that day. All right, we can put our trust in that, man. The Lord said we're gonna be good, man. We're gonna be good. Just simple as that. But this is Ecclesiasticus Sirach in 39 and 1. It says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients and be occupied in prophecies," man. So being occupied in prophecies, all right, fulfilling prophecies, even by being a doer of the word and not just a hearer, all right, being obedient and calling upon the name of the Lord in the land of our captivity, as it talks about in the book of Baruch, man. All right, and watching for these prophecies to hit off, so that day doesn't take you as a thief in the night. But calling upon the name Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man, that's fulfilling prophecy. All right, and you've given your mind, which is your heart, to the law. This is what you're meditating on day in and day out, man. All right, this is keeping the Lord's patience. This is keeping, the words that are inside these scriptures. You're holding fast to what you have ultimately. All right, and it's not something to be taken lightly. It's not something that is just going to go unnoticed or uncounted, counted for. It's going to be something that you're going to benefit off of, man, because you're doing the work. You're doing what is necessary and everything. All right, this is 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. You're doing the work to be accounted worthy to escape these things that are happening on the face of this earth, with a sincere heart. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. It says, "Therefore, my brethren, Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord, man. These things that you're doing, being a low man, taking the low road and everything. All right. Being humble, being brotherly. All right. Teaching the word, being instant in season, out of season. Okay. Healing the sick with these words. You know, being obedient to what the scriptures tells you to be, a follower of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. You doing these things, man. Your labor is not in vain. And once again, it's a labor, man. It's not something that's easily done. You know, it's that path of straight and narrow, that straight and narrow path. But this is Hebrews 6:10. It says, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. All right. So the Lord's not going to forget your labor of love, man. All right. So what you're doing is you're not doing it in vain. The scriptures talks about, putting off the world, making yourself a living sacrifice. All right. Being clean from all the blemishes, walking in the spirit and not walking after the flesh. All right. These things are not in vain. And if you're doing these things, the Lord is going to send his angels, his mighty ones, to protect you, ultimately, man. All right. But let me grab this Revelations 3:10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. I'm grab this word keep. All right.
Strong's G 5083. Tereo.
Right, which means to guard. Okay? To guard from loss or injury. All right, keeping an eye on. What is this? It says, which implies a fortress of full military lines. Where is that at? There it is. Going to its biblical usage, it says to attend to, carefully, take care of, to guard. All right. To observe, to reserve, to undergo something. So you're reserved. All right. Scriptures talks about a mark of exemption, which is the tawah. All right. You get a mark of exemption put on your forehead for doing what the scriptures tells you to do. All right. Let's grab that right quick. Ezekiel 9:4, it says, and the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. And Jerusalem goes into a people. Go through the house or the nation of Israel and set a mark, all right? Speaking to the angel. Okay? Telling them to go through the city and set a mark upon their head. This is a spiritual mark. Okay? And this spiritual mark goes into being exempt from judgment or punishment. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can grab that right quick. It says, Ezekiel 9:4, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads. I'm going to grab this word mark.
Strong's H 8420. Tav.
Right. And outline of biblical usage, it goes into a mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. All right. So you want that mark. And, it tells you right here what you need to be doing to get that mark. All right. You need to be sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. Coming out of Babylon the Great, condemning it as Noah did, being a preacher of righteousness, bringing on the flood of destruction ultimately into this wicked world in which we living in, Babylon the Great. All right. Let's get back to it. So you're going to be protected, as it talks about here. All right. The Lord's going to keep you, and that means to guard you, protect you. Okay. It says to attend to carefully, take care of, to guard. It says to reserve, to undergo something, to observe. So, man, the Lord is going to take care of you, set you in high esteem in these days in which we're approaching, man. All right. Jacob's trouble, the time of never before. The Lord's going to keep you in these times. This is Psalms 34:7. It says, the angel of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, encampeth around about them that fear him and delivered them. Okay, the Lord is sending his mighty ones, his angels, to keep you from all hurt and harm and danger. Okay, as it talks about here in Psalms 91:11 as well, it says, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Okay, so the Lord is going to send his mighty ones to protect you, give you those provisions you need to succeed in that time frame. All right, for doing what you're supposed to be doing in this time of liberty, this time of grace right now. All right, you wasn't out here in vanity. You wasn't out here in just madness as the rest of the world. You was being obedient, following after Yahweh Shai. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, ultimately, because you can't do this of your own. He has to put a spirit on you to be following after the shepherd. All right, and that's the fear of the Lord. That's the faith which is created with the faith. The fear is what's created with the faithful in the womb, ultimately, as it talks about in Sirach 1:14. All right, these things was created since the beginning, and you want to pray that the Lord keeps that spirit upon you, ultimately. So this is Hebrews 10:35. It says, cast not away therefore your confidence, all right, your fidelity, your faith, which hath great recompense of reward. Okay, faith in his word, faith in Yahweh Shai. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive the promise. All right, so as it talks about in Revelations 3:10, it talks about Revelations 3:10. Let's see. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, man. Hey, man, so faith, once again, is a verb. It's an action word. So you're going to have to do these things, okay? You're going to have to do something to receive something the scriptures talks about. So Hebrews 10:36 says, for you have need of patience, that after you have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come and will come will not tarry, man. So endure, okay? Have patience in the time frame in which we are in as is needed. Let me grab this word, patience, in the etymology online, the etymo online. Let's see. Go into patience right quick. All right, it's a quality of being willing to bear adversities. All right, it's calm endurance of misfortune and suffering. All right, it says the quality of suffering or enduring submission. Okay, man, we are prisoners of hope. We suffering what we have to suffer to get that reward ultimately. All right, so we're in submission to this word. All right, because we want that reward. It says also indulgence, leniency, humility, submissiveness, quality of suffering. It is an abstract noun. Let's see, bearing, supporting, suffering, enduring, permitting, tolerant, but also firm, unyielding, hard, used of persons as well as rivers, to endure, undergo, experience, which is of uncertain origin. But, having the ability to suffer, okay? That's what patience is, a quality of suffering or enduring, which you have to endure. Let's see. So it says in Hebrews 10 and 37, it says, "For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry." So have that patience. This is Sirach, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2. I'm going to start at 2. It says, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at the last end." Okay? "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take carefully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state," man. A thing of patience. Understanding that you're going to have to undergo hardness. As scriptures talks about, endure hardness as a soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. All right? And keep the word. It's like you imagine a football player running down the field, getting hit, all people coming at him, all angles and everything, but he's holding on to that football. He's not fumbling that rock, ultimately, man. All right? And he's heading towards that victory, man, towards that touchdown. And you got to be in that mindset, man, you got to make it no matter what. And hold fast to what you have, as the scriptures talks about, during these times of affliction, because the Lord is going to try us as he tries a friend. We have to earn it, okay? We have to earn that salvation, that crown of righteousness and everything. It's a fight. It talks about striving and everything. All right? This is Zechariah 13:8. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in the land, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." Man, the Lord is getting ready to do a great slaughter in the land, in the world, man, and do away with a lot of 2/3 of the house of Israel during Jacob's trouble, these time of tribulations, going into the hour of the great temptation, which goes into the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. Okay? So leading up until this point, it's going to be a lot of sedition of men, chaos in these streets, and as the scripture talks about, a time of none other, right? And during this time, Lord is purifying the house of Israel. He's getting rid of 2/3 of these people, okay? And he's trying the elect of the house of Israel, the 1/3. All right, it says Zechariah 13:9. It says, "And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, It is my people. And they shall say, The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is my power," man. Because why? He's going to deliver us in these times, man. And he's going to see that we do serve the living power. We have turned to our Father, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because we've been proven from this trying time in which we had to undergo. All right. So it says here in 2nd Ezra 2 and jump to the point 26. It says, "As for my servants whom I've given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance," man. So during the times that 2/3 is getting hit with the sword, getting eaten by newly created creatures, man, the scripture says we're going to have abundance. The elect. The Lord has made provisions for those who put their trust in him. Right? And so, as the scriptures talks about, my servants shall eat. They're going to be hungry because we're going into a famine, and everything. It said they're going to be hungry, but my servants are going to eat. They're going to be thirsty, but my servants are going to drink. All right? And it says here, man, we're going to be happy. Everybody else is going to be weeping in a sorrowful type of way. But we understand this is a process in which things have to happen in order for the righteous kingdom to be established on earth, the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So we understand that, man, all this hardness has to come upon the world, and we're praying that, man, we can endure in these time frame in which we are. We coming into, by being obedient to what is, in these scriptures. All right, and the Lord said He's going to keep us in this time. So just closing out, Revelations 3:10 says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth," man. So, the Lord is going to keep his servants, as the scriptures talks about. He's going to guard Be a rock, a fortress to them, send his angels to watch them and keep them in all their ways. Ultimately, man, those who put their trust in him. So, perfectly that was edifying to the body. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and ruling well. Peace and blessings to Akiyon, putting on as the elect. Shalom.